Hey guys, welcome back to Guys That Magic. It's me, it's Steven, joined by Shane. Shane, say hello.
What's up, nerds?
Super excited. I love spoiler season, and Duskmourn is not disappointing. I will
Mm-mm.
say that for sure. I don't know if any of you caught the stream. I was not, but Hunter, even though he's across the waters right now, is sending us some really fun stuff, and we definitely wanted to talk about it.
We did.
Yeah, should we just dive in?
We should. Right into the commanders.
Yeah, this is what I'm pumped about. So we'll go ahead and get right into the commanders that were spoiled today. So these are the face commanders for the Duskmourn Precon decks. We'll go ahead and talk about the first four, obviously. So first up is Zimone, Mystery Unraveler. This is two, a green and a blue for a 3/3 legendary creature human wizard. Has landfall. Shane, I know you love those words. Whenever a land you control enters, manifest dread if this is the first time this ability has resolved this turn. Otherwise, you may turn a permanent you control face up. All right, now I'm lost.
Yeah, I'm a little lost too. We got a new words, new keyword. Like it's a new keyword, right? Yeah, it's like an old
We
keyword with a new
manifest
keyword.
dread.
Yeah, we know manifest, but now we're getting scared with it.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about it. So, to manifest dread, look at the top two cards of your library, put one onto the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature, and the other into your graveyard. Turn it
Pretty
face
cool.
up anytime for its mana cost if it's a creature card. I think this is super cool.
Pretty powerful, dude.
I mean, the coolest
Okay.
thing about it, to be quite honest with you, is now you get a choice. Instead of just like dredging stuff into your graveyard or just like manifesting the top card, now you get to pick out of two cards. Like that seems pretty powerful.
It is very powerful, man. I think we're gonna see a really just strong standard with this. I don't know, like it's gonna be fun in every environment, but standard sounds great. Like it's gonna help with things like dread. It's funny that it's called dread, but the first thing I was reading it, I was like, this help dredge? Kind of helps dredge. Put stuff in your
I
graveyard that you can
mean,
dredge.
yeah.
Really cool ability. I like it.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to one of my favorite cards and other kind of styles, Planeswalker hashtag. Aminatou, Veil Piercer. This is one, a white, a blue, and a black for a 2/4 legendary creature human wizard. It says at the beginning of your upkeep, surveil two. And then it also says each enchantment card in your hand has miracle. Its miracle cost is equal to its mana cost reduced by four. Uh yeah. So there's that.
Yeah, it's super nuts.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I feel like, and I hate saying it, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of cheaters out there when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Nah.
You kind of, I mean, listen, man, you hate to see it, but sometimes people do it. But I love this card.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I play enchantments. Shane, I know you love Esper as a color format. I love Esper as well. So, I mean, I think this is really cool. I do love the fact that at the beginning of your upkeep, so before your draw, you get to surveil two. So, it really helps with that kind of like miracle stuff.
Yep. It's gonna be a cool commander.
Also, reduced by four is nuts.
That's pretty hefty. That's nothing to scoff at.
No, not at all, man. All right, two bangers right out the rip. Let's go ahead and move on to some Rakdos fun. I wish David was here. So we have Valgavoth, Harrow of Souls. This is two, a black and a red for a 4/4 legendary creature, Elder Demon. It's got flying, ward, pay 2 life. Whenever an opponent loses life for the first time during each of their turns, put a +1/+1 counter on Valgavoth, Harrow of Souls, and draw a card.
I'm glad it says draw a card there. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I'll
Otherwise,
be honest with you,
yeah, I
even if
guess
it didn't,
I
like, what
get.
does it
Well,
matter?
I guess it's the only redeeming, not redeeming, but it's got flying, so it's got some evasion. But I was just thinking like, cool, it's gonna become a big beater, but it's in the air. The draw card is, I'm stoked on that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I just like this because this really enables you to build that Rakdos like pinger, tap and hurt somebody, or just like play like silly spells. Like, I don't know, the best one in Commander, Lightning Bolt.
Lightning Bolt's such an awesome, silly spell.
It's awesome, silly spell.
Drawing cards is always great though, so it'll be a fun commander.
Moving on to Winter Cynical Opportunist. This is two, a black and a green for a legendary creature human warlock. That's 2/5. It has Death Touch, which is pretty insane for a 2/5. Whenever Winter attacks, mill three cards. Then it also has Delirium. It says at the beginning of your end step, you may exile any number of cards from your graveyard with four or more card types among them. If you do, put a permanent card from among them onto the battlefield with a finality counter on it.
It seems strong. It seems like because like you need delirium to do this, and then you're maybe getting rid of delirium while you do this. So I don't know. It might be kind of weird, like a back and forth tug of war kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you're in Golgari, you're
Yeah.
messing with your graveyard all the time. So I feel like this is just going to build a whole bunch of strategies that we've kind of seen before, but I think that it's going to be kind of fun bringing stuff back from the graveyard. The finality counter is not the coolest thing, but nesting grounds is a card, so here they are.
Even, I mean, since the introduction of finality counters, I don't think that Wizards is scared of that as a like mechanic or counter, and they're letting you do some pretty powerful things with the caveat of if it dies, it's exiled. But pretty cool. I like it.
I would also like to note before we move on to anything else, all these commanders cost 4. It's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
All right, Shane. Well, those were all the commanders. Let's go ahead and move on to some other spoilers. Obviously, guys, we are talking about the rares and mythics. Let's go ahead and move on to Zimone. All questioning. Wizards bringing prime numbers into Magic. So super interesting. This is a green and a blue for a 1/1 legendary creature human wizard. It says at the beginning of your end step, if a land entered the battlefield under your control this turn, and you control a prime number of lands, create, I want to say primo, but I'm
Sure.
going to say primo just for fun. The indivisible, a legendary 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token. Then put that many +1/+1 counters on it. Also, if you were curious as to what prime numbers may be, Wizards added some reminder text. We have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, and 31.
I
If
love
you
how
have
they had
more
to
than
add that.
31 lands,
Hey, you should know this, but I just love that they had to add what a prime number is.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm glad it's there.
Regardless, this seems, hey, you and I are Simic players. You might not say it as like I do, but I love Simic, and this is doing Simic things now with math.
Yeah, I mean, I do love Simic. I do talk a lot of crap about Simic just because I wish it wasn't the best color duo in Magic. Because I do love Demir, but Simic is just, God, you could do so much. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
This should be a fun card though.
I mean, yes, I think it's completely fun. I would love to see somebody build a deck that's based around math and numbers with this. I think it'd be pretty fun to see. But let's move on to a really interesting card that I'm super excited to try and build. This is going to be Valgavoth, Terror Eater. This is 6 and 3 red, 9 mana, but it's also a 9/9. And then it's also got Flying and Lifelink and Ward, sacrifice 3 non-land permanents. If a card you didn't control would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. During your turn, you may play cards exiled with Valgavoth. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana value rather than pay its mana cost. Wow.
I love this card, dude. I love this card so much.
Can we talk about the art real quick?
Well, yeah, it's like terrifying. It reminds me of when we watched Deadpool at the end, when like she was doing that Deadpool thing, and the walls were all doing that weird. Regardless, looks cool.
Spoiler alert.
I mean, I said literally nothing. I didn't describe a damn thing.
This card's fantastic. I love the fact that this comes down. You have to sacrifice 3 non-land permanents unless you're playing against somebody that's like just running not like token strategies. This is going to be kind of tough to get around.
Yeah,
Uh, Usually your non-land permanents are pretty important to you, and to sacrifice 3 of them is pretty crazy.
yeah.
I also love the fact that the ward goes on the stack before, so this would technically exile those permanents right then and there.
Mm-hmm. And sure, 9 mana. That's hefty, but this is a reanimation target. This is a this is going in my Kalia deck 100%. I'm just gonna drop this for free and attack you with it, and you're gonna cry. Like this is a nuts bomb, dude.
Yeah, this in Kali is pretty crazy, man. Just dropping this flying lifelink, and it's a 9/9. Like,
Yeah, with
God,
like a good upside to where I can cast things for basically free because life is free.
Duskmourn coming in pretty hot, dude. All right, moving on to Winter Misanthropic Guide. This is 1, a black, a red, and a green for a 3/4 legendary creature, human warlock. It's got Ward 2, which isn't as fun as the last guy, obviously, but hey, it's still Ward. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, each player draws 2 cards. This also has Delirium. It says, as long as there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, each opponent's maximum hand size is equal to 7 minus the number of those card types. Oof.
Big oof, dude. So,
Wow.
so you're the downside right there. You're helping your opponents draw, but then completely neutering their hands.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's almost like that Jink attacks us a little bit, but
Oh,
at the
yeah.
same time, I guess we could say it's reminiscent.
It's what a callback. No one gets that. It's very reminiscent.
I
You're
know.
right.
Yeah, nobody will get the call back, but it is fun to bring it up every once in a while. But I mean, yeah, I mean, super strong. I mean,
Yeah,
is this? Do you think this is pretty playable in Jund though? I mean, like,
I think you have to be going through the whole. Like you're gonna need Delirium on, which not hard at all, but you're definitely not gonna want to just give people two cards and not have their hand size chopped. So
do you
little more
think this
niche.
goes in the pre-con you were building? That was kind of like the Goyf tribal
Maybe that could be fun.
because obviously it cares about card types in your graveyard.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
That could be good call out. I like that.
yeah. I mean, also standard, but Hunter's not here, so we don't have to talk about standard. All right, moving on to a new mechanic. We got doors and rooms, and they're locked. We have Dollmaker Shop. This is one and a white. It's an enchantment room. It says whenever one or more non-toy creatures you control attack a player, create a 1/1 white toy artifact creature token. Other side of that door, we got Porcelain Gallery. It's 4 and 2 white. It says creatures you control have base power and toughness equal to the number of creatures you control. Insane. I do love this reminder text because what is a room? You may cast either half of this card. That door unlocks on the battlefield, and then as a sorcery, you may pay the mana cost of a locked door to unlock it.
Pretty cool. I like
Yeah.
that. New mechanics. It's
So this card
sideways,
could
but
technically cost 8 the turn it comes down if you have enough mana, right?
if you wanna unlock that door,
You want to unlock that door, buddy.
yeah. I mean, it's cool. It's a cool mechanic. It doesn't seem like it's anything groundbreaking. It's like a class that you level up, kind of. But
I mean, I really like the flexibility here that it lets you cast either side.
that's true.
So, you could be late game, and when you're drawing this, you're not like, oh, God, I got the Dollmaker shop. I got to play this for 2, and then I got to put more mana
That's
into
true.
it.
That's true.
You can just play the Porcelain Gallery and just have a really good time. If it's late game, you got a board state already. So I really enjoy the flexibility. Also, the card art of the door is insane.
It's terrifying. This whole going back to what you said about Duskmourn, they're gonna smash it out of the park again with this art. We're going from a cute and cuddly set to a just horrifying set, and I love the juxtaposition.
I didn't actually think about that. That is pretty funny. We just went from this super cute, cuddly raccoons and rabbits and
Mm-hmm.
gifting fishes to death.
To terrifying porcelain dolls.
All right, well, moving on to something just as terrifying. Why don't you go ahead and look into the eyes of the card art here while I read it? Demonic Counsel is 1 and a black for a sorcery. It says search your library for a demon card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. This has Delirium. It says if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, instead search your library for any card, put it into your hand, then shuffle. This card
Flexibility.
is pretty crazy.
I
It's like a
guess.
demonic tutor when you
Yeah.
have fun things in your graveyard.
I was gonna say. I guess it's a little slow, but whatever, dude. Tutoring up anything is pretty damn powerful in Magic.
Yeah, I mean, tutor for 2. Now, granted, it does have some stipulations of having certain card types in your graveyard,
Yeah.
but I mean, hell, man, who cares?
You'll get it done. We've seen this
Hashtag, what do we say?
hashtag.
Build around it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say good card is good. Oh, okay.
I mean, good card is good, but build around it.
We have so many hashtags.
Yeah, that's true.
Not much to say about this card though. It's a tutor for a demon or anything at times, and seems like Delirium's gonna be very prevalent in this set.
Really good flexibility with this card. I mean, you're probably building a deck with demons in it, so this will really help you. But I mean, worst case, you got a graveyard. Use the other side. Moving on to Enduring Innocence. This is 1 and 2 white for a 2/1 enchantment creature, Sheep Glimmer. It's got lifelink, and then whenever one or more other creatures you control with power 2 or less enter, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Good thing they learned from Nadu. When Enduring Innocence dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. It's an enchantment. And
That's
then the
cool.
reminder text, it's not a creature.
Just because it says it's an enchantment, just to be safe.
I know. It's
That's
still
really
funny.
cool. It's like you get to when it dies, you get it again, and then it's harder to kill.
Yeah, this is fantastic because I play a Goshintai deck for Commander, and I run it with just enchantments, no artifacts, instants, or sorceries. So something like this slots right into it.
Yeah, I think we've seen a couple of the like not seen, but they spoiled it many moons ago. I think a lot of these glimmers are just enchantment or creatures that become enchantments. I think that's awesome. I love the flexibility of that. Any kind of
Yeah, there
kill spell
definitely
now
are
on
some
board wipe.
super powerful ones.
Yeah, like you better have an exile effect or you're getting it back.
Hmm. Well, let's talk about another glimmer. We have Enduring Curiosity. This is 2 and 2 blue for a 4/3 enchantment creature, Cat Glimmer. It's got flash, and then whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. When it dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control as an enchantment.
Yep, there it is. Curiosity didn't kill the cat, Steven.
Curiosity did not kill the cat. I do like this. I think this might actually replace some other enchantments like coastal piracy and stuff like that. Maybe even, no, probably not the Bident. This probably wouldn't replace the Bident.
Hmm, maybe not, but still, I like I just said about the last card. Love this idea of a creature of a creature permanent then becoming a much harder to kill permanent.
Hmm. I mean, plus, I mean, it's got flash. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. It's kitty.
Also, I mean, because like the art is pretty funny because it's like a cat jumping on like light as if it was flash.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
it's
know.
jumping out of a book, dude.
I think it's jumping onto the book,
What did I say?
jumping in the book.
Whatever, it's the same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Moving on to Hauntwoods Shrieker. This is 1 and 2 green for a 3/3 creature beast mutant. Whenever it attacks, manifests dread. So, just as a reminder, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one onto the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature, and the other into your graveyard. Turn that card face up for its mana cost if it is a creature. And then you can also pay 1 and a green. You can reveal target face down permanent. If it's a creature card, you may turn it face up. That is crazy.
That's
That
super
you don't have to
crazy.
tap this. You can do it the turn it comes down.
Yeah, if you got the
This
mana.
is, this is really good.
Really
And I see
good.
why it's a mythic.
The more, like, the first time you read that Manifest Dread, I mean, I understand what the card did, but now it's just like, this is just like a much better Manifest. Because you get to pick, like you said, you get to pick what goes on the, like, this is amazing. I, I like this so much more than Manifest.
Yeah, this is really good. I'm a huge fan of Manifest Dread already.
And it's only the beginning.
Moving on to a Planeswalker question mark.
It is.
So Kaito, I mean, it is a listen, it is,
Okay, okay, okay,
but
okay.
it could be more. Could be more. Kaito, Bane of Nightmares is 2 a blue and a black for a legendary Planeswalker. Hashtag Kaito. Starts off with 4 loyalty. It also has ninjutsu because why not? It is 1 a blue and a black. You can return an unblocked attacker you control to your hand. Put this card onto the battlefield from your hand, tapped and attacking. The reason why that text is there is because it also says during your turn, as long as Kaito has 1 or more loyalty counters on him, he's a 3/4 ninja creature and has hexproof. Because, that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Its +1 is going to be you get an emblem with ninjas you control, get +1/+1. I'm sorry, this card's just so busted. For 0, you can surveil 2, then draw a card for each opponent who lost life this turn. And then the -2 is tap target creature, put 2 stun counters on it.
All right, I see what you said about it might not being a Planeswalker because this card's nuts.
Yeah, this card is really fun.
I wonder how many, I
Really,
mean,
really fun.
we must get like a critical mass of ninjas in this set, right? Right?
I mean, possibly. I mean, this is the first one I've seen so far,
Well,
technically.
it's for this effect is cool. An anthem effect for your ninjas. Actually, it's not even an anthem
Hmm.
effect. They just get a +1/+1 counter. That's
Yeah,
solid.
I mean, it's an emblem. It's
Oh yeah,
nuts.
it's an emblem. Yeah, what the hell?
So it stays on you for the rest of the game, and
You
then
can keep
you
doing that.
can do it again.
Yeah,
Like, this is crazy.
I like Kaito. Good
I
card,
love
good.
Kaito. Good card,
It's
great.
it's your it's your Demir colors, dude.
Yep. Next up is Overlord of Mistmoors. This is 5 and 2 white for a 6/6 enchantment creature, Avatar Horror. It has Impending 4 for 2 and 2 white. If you don't know what Impending is, if you cast this spell for its Impending cost, it enters with 4 time counters on it and isn't a creature until the last is removed. At the beginning of your end step, remove a time counter from it. And then whenever it enters or attacks, create 2/2/1 white insect creature tokens with flying.
Impending is sick, dude.
I mean, it's terrifying when you think about it because like they know it's coming.
Well, it's impending.
I know. That's why it's fantastic.
I like this card a lot. I like that you can, if you want to, pay the 7 mana. But if you don't want to, sneak in a little cheaper. Maybe you got ways to remove time counters. That's a very viable strategy in Magic. So there are ways to
Or
get that even faster.
or hear me out.
I'm hearing you out.
You're playing Aminatou.
Okay.
You draw this card, it's an enchantment creature, which means enchantment.
Oh.
It
So
only
it means
costs 2 white
miracle.
for the impending.
Dang. Okay.
Or if you don't want to do that, I'm pretty sure you could probably just play this for 3.
Yeah, if you wanted to, you're right. Okay, good card, good. Once again. Of course they show
Good
you
card,
the
good.
good cards in the beginning, dude. I want you to get stoked on
Yeah,
this
it's
set.
definitely gonna. I mean, I'm really excited for this set, and I'm hoping that it doesn't do what like normal sets do, where they show you the bangers at first, and then it starts to trickle off. I think this set's probably just going to be straight bangers, regardless.
Banger after banger, okay.
Banger after banger.
So far we're on a roll.
Yeah. Moving on to Peer Past the Veil. This is 2, a red and a green for an instant. Discard your hand, then draw X cards, where X is the number of card types among cards in your graveyard. All right.
So what, you can have
Maybe
like
we spoke too soon about banger after
eh,
banger.
hey, you can pay for 4, let's say you have like 5 card types in your graveyard. Discard your hand of like 2 or 3, draw 5. Kinda cool. Instant speed. Kinda cool.
All right, Shane, you kind of got me there, and I won't lie. I mean, it's kind of an interesting card. I mean, obviously, when you're playing Gruul, you're playing your big bangers, and you're just like hitting people, and sometimes you're left with nothing in your hand, and
Yeah.
maybe you need a fresh stuff.
I
So
mean shit, maybe your hand is 0.
that's true. Maybe your hand is 0. Hope not,
Hope not.
unless you're my opponent.
Then I hope it is.
Then I definitely hope it is. Moving on to somebody that you probably don't want to hold hands with, we have Razorkin Needlehead. This is 2 red for a 2/2 creature human assassin. It says Razorkin Needlehead has first strike during your turn, and then whenever an opponent draws a card, Razorkin Needlehead deals 1 damage to them. Here
Wow.
we go. Wheel effects. This goes straight into Nesukar.
Yeah, holy moly. Needlehead, dude. Love it. It's like, is that a take on Pinhead? It's gotta be, right?
Yeah, just not as cool looking.
I mean, this is still a really good card, dude.
I mean, this is fantastic. I mean, 2 mana 2/2 with a lot of good upside there. I mean, obviously you're playing a lot of wheel effects to a certain extent.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the haste, because that would just be busted. But I'm thinking, like,
Yeah,
for standard, 2 mana, 2/2 with upside. Even regardless, I'm sure it's gonna be seen in standard. I know we didn't talk much about standard this whole video, but that's Hunter.
yeah. I mean, it's Hunter's fault. Hunter's not here.
Yeah.
We would have talked about standard a little bit more if Hunter was here, but he's not.
No, he's in England.
He's
What's that about?
yeah, he's too busy being across the pond. And the last card we're going to be talking about is the Jolly Balloon Man for 1 white, a red and a white for a 1/4 legendary creature human clown. This has haste, Shane. You can also pay 1, tap to create a token that's a copy of another target creature you control, except it's a 1/1 red balloon creature in addition to its other colors and types. And it has flying and haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Activate only as a sorcery. Wow.
Well, we have a winner for the most terrifying art so far. Our heads is blown up.
Yeah, this is terrifying for
That is
sure.
nightmare fuel without even talking about the card yet. And it's a clown? Fuck. Seems like a good card, though. We like making copies of creatures. Don't care if they have to be sacrificed. I mean, sorcery sucks, but it's gonna be interesting. Could be fun.
I mean, I don't. This card's insane. It comes down super early. It's super cheap. It's got a big butt. It's got haste, so you can do it immediately. Like, man,
Yep.
so good. And it gives it flying and haste. Like, do you think
Sweet.
there's gonna be a lot of cards that buff balloon creatures?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no,
Yeah,
but the
same.
fact that we have a balloon creature now as a type is kind of funny. Like, I'm sure it was already existing in one of those, like, unsets or the, when they went to, like, that space carnival or whatever it was. I'm sure they had some kind of balloons. They had stickers, so. But now it's like an
Yeah, it's
official magic.
really it's funny you bring it up because I honestly do feel like this should be in an unset.
Yeah. I mean,
I
clowns.
mean,
Clowns in general
honestly,
going unsets, dude.
yeah, clowning around. And that is going to do it, guys. That is the video for the first day of spoilers? Question mark. More to come, obviously. When is the first official day of
I
spoilers?
don't, maybe it's Monday. Who knows now, dude? Magic just likes throwing stuff at us, so we'll
I
see.
mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm not mad at this. Thank you, Wizards. Thank you so much. But yeah, Shane, did you have a favorite card from today?
It's gotta be, what was his name? Valgavoth, the Terror Eater, whatever his name was.
Maga Waffle.
Yeah, the big nine
Valgavoth.
nine demon. That guy's amazing. What
Uh,
about you?
I'm not gonna lie, man. I was gonna go with the big demon guy, but I'm actually gonna go with Kaito, Bane of Nightmares. I love
Cool.
ninjas. I love Demir, and this it was pretty cool to me.
Yeah.
But like I said, guys, that will do it for the video. Go ahead and down below, let us know what your favorite card was. I'm super excited for this set. Let us know how you feel about the set so far with the spoilers you've seen. While you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. Also, in the description down below, you will find links to all of our social media. It is at Guys at Magic for everything on Instagram, X, and even on TikTok. We post some fun stuff on TikTok, guys. Definitely check that out. Across the screen, you guys are going to see some beautiful names. Those are all of our amazing patrons. Thank you guys so much for helping out the cause a little bit more. We greatly appreciate everything you do for us. And until the next video, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Take care.
Bye bye.